morning, thanks for coming. So first off, my specialty is entering triangles and passing guards from there, okay? So, because in the past we always believed that triangle is a submission, and now I see triangle as a position where there is also a submission. A choke and an armbar and some other things, yes? Now, and through the years of getting better in triangle defense, or offense from top rather, I also got better in figuring out when I get smashed on bottom, and now my triangle on bottom, so it's a bit ironic. Also my favorite submission from bottom is a bit triangle from close guard. Yeah? So it just means like I've got a pretty good understanding of how the submission works. Does anyone who is experienced getting smashed in triangles? Okay, so raise your hand. You probably don't. You're probably the hardest person to pass this triangle. Tall people, usually harder. Flexible also adds to that. Okay, come here please. I want to first give you this experience. Lay down. Later I want to feel yours also. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, the triangle defense in gi is easier than in no gi finishing from bottom is I find it way easier. And the thing is, the most trouble start when your arm gets brought to that side. Yeah? Many people say, okay, you shouldn't be entering triangles. You have to understand triangle is a spectrum. Yeah? So for example, if I'm here right now, am I in your triangle? Well, some people will say because the elbow is inside. My elbow is out, probably not in your triangle. Yeah. So you tell me when I'm in your triangle.
Now.
Okay, we can discuss that. And there's definitely a point when you feel, okay, now I got too deep. So the way to figure it out, actually at your own time and in your own place, is to go really deep into the triangle, let him finish it, and then go one step back from there and fight your way back out. Okay. The class today is going to be about bottom, but I want to have you first like a bit of a feeling of how to defend it from top, and then we can add from there. So the most trouble starts when the arm gets brought on that side. This hand, you're going to get a gi and put your fist inside his armpit. So this fist right now controls his shoulder. My right elbow will control his hip. What you usually want to avoid is people hip escaping to that side. Let's now close your triangle, please. Yeah. Now it gets worse. If I'm more on this side, the triangle is less. How do you keep him on that side? The elbow here pushes the hip inside. And our most important part is this arm. This arm, triangles always happen when people can access, all chokes always happen when people can access your artery. The moment you start to reach with your arm, your artery opens. So what I do, I use this arm and I bring it behind, like Napoleon, you see? Put your hand like this and put your elbow against the hip. And now you can start to, with your right elbow, you can control his hip. So if I start, close your triangle please for a second. Yeah. See, right now, I can use my right elbow to push his hip to that side. And my left elbow is going to reinforce that. And now everybody who did my class yesterday on a safe top pressure, can add this also, you push forward. And now you're going to windshield wiper your feet. So you're going to go one. No, I'm going to, if I want you to move, I will ask you.
Yeah.
So look, his position, his body is in such a way, it's easy for you to put pressure on that side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to windshield wiper my right foot and my left foot, and then I rotate my left shoulder in. Good. And now try to finish me. Go.
Yeah, I can't.
That's hard, right?
Yeah.
And then here I usually wait. So look, if I go right away here with my arm, now you can push my arm across. Push my arm across.
All right.
Yeah. And now the choke is there. Well, at least gets worse. So what I usually do, I keep my arm hidden, put my elbow against the hip, and I put my pressure forward, rotate, hinge, and start to pivot. And I'll fight back, please, go. As long as I keep his left side on the floor, he cannot really triangle me. And then you wait until there's something with his hand. Some people will grab the leg. That's an option. Some people will start fighting his arm. And that's the moment you go across, come close, and start finishing your pass. Okay? So what we're gonna do now, just figure out a little bit, get the arm here, into the armpit, go into the triangle, left arm goes here, windshield wiper, close your chin. You can a little bit make it worse for him, but mostly, please see if the legs, please stop. Yeah. Let me go, please. Yeah. So, so we're gonna now figure out that the top person is gonna go inside. You can make it a bit worse if you like. Bottom can, but mostly bottom tries to finish and top just sees if you can stay comfortable and gradually make the person on bottom uncomfortable. If your legs have to open, then you obviously failed. If you pass out on top, you also failed. Okay? Try a little bit this place. Let's go. And then we're gonna figure out the bottom side.
It's everyone's dream, but also
You want to avoid getting your arm across, yes? But it still will happen, so have to have ways to deal with it on this side as well. I'm not gonna go into that because it's gonna become a King's Gambit class. But what you gotta do with this arm, see, look, you gotta come on this side. I have a class online about, it's called, what's the name of it again? The mannequin arm. So there's a posture for the arm to defend arm bars. And this actually, you bring your fist, you flex your fist, and then bring your elbow to your hip to your elbow, and engage your shoulder. So what I do, I press on the ribs, see? And then I drive my hip inside your ribs. So it's not just this, it's pressing with my full hand and then driving the wrist inside the ribs. And then the same thing, close the elbow and go in here. There's a very interesting pattern you have to realize, and it's this. So, this is your attacking leg. Yeah. Step aside, please. Go into my close guard. Imagine this. If I have a guillotine, this is my offensive arm. If I have a triangle, this is my offensive leg. If I have an arm bar, this will also be my offensive leg. Now, an interesting pattern is always the offensive limb should be on bottom if you want to finish your submission. This is true everywhere. Give me the foot, please. Sit on this side. And give me the foot. Anytime, see, you bring your offensive side to the floor, you can start attacking. Anytime you bring my other side up, go that side, please. Turn that side. Here, it will all freeze here. If you stay in this angle, it will always be hard for me to finish this until I change what is the bottom one. So if I keep, don't move now. If I keep rotating my other hip to the floor, see now, my left side is up again, my attacking side is bottom again, and then I can attack again. And this is true for all submissions. So if you manage to bring the offensive side up, then they cannot finish you. This is true for triangle, for guillotine, for everything I've found so far. Okay? So, and here please again, head there, feet here. So anytime you want to finish me, you are gonna find a way to get your offensive side to the bottom. So let's try to play with that a bit. My hand goes here, you can do it in gi or no gi. Press the hand inside, flex, bring your elbow to the hip, and this hand like before. Close your artery with the shoulder to your chin. And now you're gonna push everything to that side. You can walk a bit here. Close your triangle, please. Good. And when I'm starting to attack right now, my main goal is to start to stack you. Yeah. So you're gonna find now ways not to get stacked, and I have to find ways with my defense to stack you. So I usually start by bringing myself to this side, and then I start to go up. Now, in fact, here, the best thing you can do is open your right leg again. Open your right, and just abandon the triangle. But rarely people do this. Most people insist on this. And when I'm on top, I feel what the guy's plan is. If I feel okay, the guy knows what he's doing, you start opening your leg a bit, please. I will open my arm a bit sooner. But on competition, people rarely do this because people really dig in. Oh, they have a triangle. No, like who's gonna give this up? Nobody. So in competition, it's super easy, to be honest. Easier, at least. See, and you hide this arm. If you find a way to get my arm across, I'm in trouble. You can consider it a loss right now or experiment a bit through. And my goal is pretty much to go close, close, close. See here? And eventually, when his arm is occupied with something else, catch the head and then keep going. So this is for me a win. See? This, I would die. Against you, for example, then against most people, this is still survivable on that side. Okay? So play with this a bit. Okay? Time. Let's go. Okay, good. Come here, please. No, it's fine, it's fine. Head there, feet there, please. So, the whole class yesterday started with the premise that perpendicular side control is not good because here, push my head away, please. You can push my head that side, and you can push my head this side. If I stay in line, see, push my head away now. Hard. The other side, see? You always want to be in line when you pass. The moment your hand is here, see, push my head, doesn't work, keep pushing constantly. The moment I start to pass, look, my head your head should be going this way, and my head is off center. And I bring myself back, and that's when you get your legs back inside. So in general, don't ever be the first one to go perpendicular. You don't want to be here. Yeah. The same is true here. I saw some people now going for the pass. They're here. It's basically an over-under pass. You get past, you finally get here, and that's when this knee peeps through, or the head gets pushed away. So what do? Well, side control shouldn't even exist. Well, because of the illusion of the guard. If I go here, this is not a guard. If you're in MMA, you would never pass here. You would be steady forever. It was a street fight. Here you can punch, you can have everything. And I can slowly start to suffocate it. So I make a point of this. Whenever in competition you have to get your points at some point, I guess. But usually when I'm here, I try to get my chokes from here. It's way easier to choke people from here than it is for mounts. So stay here forever. Destroy him, crush him. See here? And then, if he starts to defend, I will not even get the leg out. I'll stay here forever. What do people usually do to alleviate? They put the left foot on the floor, start the hip escape. Oh, now he makes the angle. Keep going. Oh, good. Now I start to go here. See? And that was the next pattern. Then they remove the leg here. They bring the head away. Let me walk back here. Same is true for every pass. I'm here. I look for a 45-degree angle. This. And if I now start to pass by, that's when you get your legs back inside. I wait. And usually people here start to bring their head inside. Thank you. I will walk across. What is the next obvious reaction? They bring the head away again. That's where you step in. And it doesn't matter what you control. Don't focus on points, don't focus on the main position. The only thing that really matters is the submission. And to get the submission, everybody knows the end game defense these days. So slowly crush him and make him have battles which tire him out. And that is mostly it. So look for positions where they have control, where they can make him suffer, when they can make him tired, and then little by little creep up on him, and then finally get him. And in competition, add maybe here and there some points, you're sure to win the match, and then he has more urgent to fight also. Got that so far? Okay, let's now flip it around. I'm gonna go bottom. Look, so what are the things that cause you trouble? Who saw this is actually the culmination of all my classes this week. Yes? Put your butt on the heels, please. Yeah. If you think about a double under. So the double under, that's double under. Yeah. I don't want to get stacked. So if I want to get stacked, I will be doing this. Walk forward, straight forward. And now everything gets worse right away. Why? The number one function of a guard is distance control. And if you imagine that this is a guard, then you have to have distance control. And this is a good distance control. Walk forward, I have to keep my distance and my hip on the floor. Once my both feet go to the hips or underneath in this position, now I have good distance, now it's safe for me to come up. The first thing you learned in your triangle class 20 or 30 years ago is bring the arm across, all good, get the head, and then pull your hip up. Look what happens to your spine. Start stacking me, please. And right away, all you think, I'm gonna close my triangle, and the guy keeps walking, and now here, some people can get away with this angle. I can't. Huh? So go back. So treat your triangle as a half, as a half submission, I guess, and also half triangle, a half over-under pass. If someone starts to pass you here on this side, now you're in trouble, because your offensive leg is on top. If I manage, the arm doesn't even matter for your triangle. So here, bring your shoulders away and bring your hip to this side. Now this leg is heavy. Try to pass me now here. I have to protect against this. This will come back later, okay? So what I want you to do right now is this. Put your elbow on the floor. You can have your grip if you like. Wait 1 second. Yeah. Lower the shoulder neutral. And don't close your triangle right away. Keep your foot on the hip. And now the first thing you're gonna do is not even grab the head. Keep your elbows on the floor, so we're gonna start here, maybe both elbows. And you're gonna start squeezing your knees tight and open this foot. You're gonna walk away, and you aim to keep your shoulder on that side. If my shoulder is up, drive your shoulder in. Hard, right?
Yeah.
Look what happens if my shoulder goes down. Now push up, now it's easy. Don't even think about top and bottom positions anymore. Don't think about anything, everything is relative. What do I mean? Put your weight forward. Now I am carrying, put your weight on me. Put your knees up, yeah? Now I'm carrying 80% of his body weight. Because he came all the way up. If I bring myself up, now my weight is on you. So who is on top and who is on bottom? obviously he looks on top, but it doesn't matter. I have now my 30% of my body weight on him. If he starts to walk back now, see, not on me, yeah, here. Now, if I have 30% on him, he can only have 70% on me. So forget about top and bottom, just think about who is more weight on whom. Understand? So, again, restart, elbows on the floor, be neutral in the beginning. Your knees close together, open your foot, you can even start putting pressure with this squeeze already. Start to walk away, you want your knees below your hip line. Shoulders on the outside, and be here. See it as an omoplata, and you can right away see where these options start to come in. Your goal right now, so my goal is not to get squashed, keep this distance. Feel free to go for a triangle whenever you feel like. Your goal is to get over here, maybe get the arm across, but once this hip starts to go to the floor, you can only consider the loss, because now you have to start walking back from there. And actually here I'm more thinking about pretending my guard and not getting smashed at all. Got it? So play a bit with this. Okay, let's go.
And then walks shoulders. That helps you.
There's a constant battle in jiu-jitsu for distance and for angle. There is a way to beat, so just like my sticking class, there is a way to beat the stack when you're going away and also by going deeper. It's in the middle you die. Yeah? We're not going to go, the deeper one is hard to explain and not accessible for everybody, I believe, due to back problems. Yeah? So look what we're going to have. We're going to start completely neutral. Completely neutral. So your butt is in the middle and the other's in the middle and completely in the center. This never happens, center. But it's a good reference point. So what I want you to do is keep your toes engaged and squeeze your knees together. So now a bit more in the center. Good. So how do you get more pressure on his neck? By doing more this. So squeeze your knees together. How do you do this without getting tired? No. Breathing class. Breathe in, and every time you exhale, you squeeze a bit harder. Don't move your hips yet. It's just your adductors, yeah? Just breathe in. Good. Put your elbows on the floor, both of it. I gave classes last year. These are called the rock bottom. It's a solid structure. It's the worst you should ever get. It's the middle of everything. It's very solid. It's also where you never should be. But if it happens, it's still solid. You want to have a hollow back. So more. But keep your hip on the floor. Good. And now chin up. The moment you're gonna grab Jan's head, go for it. Head up. Bring your head up. Here, that's when you can just walk over like a train because your spine is bent. And you're in trouble right away. So squeeze your knees. You're gonna say, but what if I don't grab? Jan will get his head out. We'll talk later about that. So now put your elbows on the floor. Here. Open your fingers. Yeah. Make claws. Drive your elbows into the floor. So this, no. Look, if I see motion, it's wrong. Okay? If Jan moves, also wrong. We're trying to fix the moment. If you, this is mindfulness, fixing the moment. If you move him, it means you're not happy with the moment. Movement on his part can never be guaranteed because he can stop that. So only move yourself, structurally. So chin up, yeah, drive this, good. Elbows on the floor, lift your shoulders up. Beautiful, that's it. And now, when Jan starts to drive, okay, freeze, engage your toes. Squeeze your knees. So many things to remember. Well, yes, but this should be true every time you fight. So every single position is a chance for you to train engagement. Oh, many details. Well, yeah, should we do this on first day? Yes. You try to do squats without all these details and you will mess up your spine. So you have to have the mechanics right, at least 80-90%, then play slow games and then slowly increase the game and slowly increase the mechanics until it's safe. Put 90 kilos on a bad, like squat with 10 kilos with a bad structure, you will still be fine. You can use your light weights to slowly increase your mechanics, yeah? So here this. Now Jan starts to walk forward, you're gonna walk backwards. Good. Now, anytime someone goes straight, how do we beat the bull? Huh? Is when the bull comes and you do volley, the bull is gonna make a turn, it's still dead. How do you defeat the bull? The bull comes straight, volley. See? You have to try to make angles. So what we do, how we call this? Rotate, hinge and pivot. And hinging backs on this way and on that way. So you want to trigger that a bit. So when Jan starts to drive forward, you keep your distance. Good distance is knees below the hip line. And then you start to bring your head this way. and you start to push Jan off center. This is very deep, yeah? Okay, now, all lightweights in the world, well, not all, but many that I see, if you look, for example, Kyle Terra, you will rarely see him, I've never seen it actually, him going for triangle against heavy people. What does he do? He uses omoplata, correct? Okay, omoplata why is it better or worse than a triangle? Well, you're not smashed. So what is in between the triangle and the omoplata? It's this triangle. Get your foot here and cross your legs. Yeah. And in what way? Whatever you see fit. Now, this keeps you a better angle. Use your elbow as opposed to drive your left shoulder up. Good. And now look what you get. You get excess over this elbow. Now, same detail from yesterday. Always exaggerate your grips. Go in, go deeper, way deeper, way deeper. Freeze, yes. And now look. Now he's in between two fires. What does it mean? If Jan, so this arm tells Jan, rotate that side. Okay, good. So he wants to defend this, he has to go this way, but you stop that. And at the same time, so you twist this here, and your knees have to twist my way. So I'm gonna fix it for you. Huh? You have to wring your victim out like a towel. So squeeze your knees, freeze, flex your toes, bring this inside. And bring those two together. And now the pressure is all here. If Jan now pushes a little bit more over there, you start to overcompensate a bit more there. If Jan goes away, you drive him back in. So one rotation breaks his arm, the other rotation starts to break his closes his artery. Exaggerate the grip, please. Way deeper. Way deeper. Close your thumb. It's never good enough. You want to wring him out like a towel. Better for you also if this hand stays over here. The hand is less flexible on that angle. You take more of the shoulder. Understand this? Play with that.
If you don't do it,
Yeah, you're right.
So now to tie back to how Francesco is teaching with the games, yes? So for me, I'm a bit in between mechanics and games, and there's also Francesco's question, I believe, a little bit. Yes or no? Yes. So what I start to believe right now is, once you figure out the proper grip here, and you know the rules, then now let randomness do the thing. So from here, if you want to figure out your defense and really get better into triangle defense, start to find a way back from there. But do it very slowly and methodical, and the same for you. So have the game and the chaos here. And the better you get, so the more advanced you get. Okay, in chess, they say they should first learn the end game and then the early game. Yes? The end game is where the danger is, so we have to be most careful. So here, safely explore this area. Don't even try to tap the guy. Just see, okay, I can tap him, okay, then I'm not gonna do it. Because when I'm in a role, a friendly role, I try to stay, like many people, I try to stay in that end range as long as possible. See if a guy can find a way out. See if I can do something better. Because here, many discoveries are to be made. It's where it's dangerous, so I also have to be most safe. And then later, what good are your triangle setups and your entries if you can never finish it? So figure this out first. Take some step back, go back in, 3 steps back in, until the point you feel, okay, now I went too far. Now I cannot do my triangle. Understand? So stay there and figure it slowly out. Let's go. I'm gonna give you 4 or 5 minutes because I've got to teach everything. Let's go, guys.
you okay?
So guys, look. Look, every position you are is a chance to learn your basics. And the hip escape is a very important basic. So look here, so I want to make some distance. Now I feel already I'm getting too crowded. There's a very good video of Renzo Grazing that says, if you smell your knees, you're not doing good. So keep your knees away, even to the point, stick me please. Walk. You're not having a triangle now, you're defending. You're thinking you're having a triangle. I want to get him off center. So shoulder away and push him away. Now look, if my hip is on that side, you can always drive back in. That's just how the structure works. I have to get my hip not out. I have to get my hip on his back. Now, so another confusing part that you often have in martial arts, stand up please, is this. Okay, how would you call this?
Jab.
A jab, huh? And how do you call this? No move. How would you call this?
Jab.
Still a jab. And here. All a jab. Jab. Jiu-jitsu. All a jab, yeah? Just a different angle in jiu-jitsu. Ushiro Sankaku. Yoko Sankaku. Regular. Stop with that crap. It's just triangle. It's a triangle. And there's good and bad angles for a punch. But even, so what is bad about the bad angle of a punch? Well, if I punch here, you can punch me. Yeah. So why this angle better? Well, because you have to rotate before you can punch me again. The same with your triangle. If you're in the center, you're both kind of in danger. If my angle is off, he's beating me. I'm jabbing no one from here, he's jabbing me. Yeah? So that's how you have to see your jiu-jitsu. Do names and have some spots, but know it's a spectrum. Yeah? And I have to get the good spectrum of my triangle. Yeah. Anyway, so squeeze your knees. This is the pressure I need. And you defending by, better, yeah. And have to walk. See, look, if you start going closer, your elbow gets way harder to attack. So here, I'm not trying anyone. Here, I'm bailing out of my triangle. Yeah. And then your physique and your strength and your weight difference then can decide how deep you want to take this. Okay? I'm just saying like everything else being equal. So I want to walk away here. Shoulders away. This hip has to go up, not away. That's not the hip escape. That's shaking your ass. Yeah. So squeeze your knees. Shoulder goes up. Rotate, hinge, and then you start to pivot. And you want to get your knee to the floor. Not even this. Knee to the floor, and now it's safe to step. And then you can start attacking this arm. Now initially, I want to keep your foot on the floor. Here, two scenarios can happen. Look, if I keep my foot on the floor here, I can start on the hip. I can start attacking this elbow. Huh? Now, how can you defend this? Once I have the elbow, bring yourself completely up, please, and stack me again. Here, keep going. This is the angle where I can start going over my shoulder. If I keep my distance, I still have Kimura here. So I keep and start to bring in. You feel this? Yeah. Okay. So then your chance becomes, okay, keep going. Break your own arm. So the only way you can defeat it, you can alleviate this by walking backside. Return where they came from. Yeah, this way, yeah. And start pivoting this way. And then here, if I step across my triangle, now I can walk over my head with your feet. Yeah, and now who's under pressure again? I'm under pressure because I don't control the distance. And then you think, oh crap, I want to go back to my. So these are always how the mind works. Yeah, you're here, you feel the pressure. Oh crap, and guess what happens? Here's the angle where he can beat me again. So what you gotta do. Keep this foot way longer on the hip. Make distance. If you have far distance, then maybe now close your triangle. Now we can talk about that. But in general, keep your foot way longer on the hip. Then this foot, don't open your toes outside. Because now the rotation of my leg goes that way and it goes against my hip escape. My toes go that way, I can never go in. So put your toes parallel to the leg if you can. And start to walk away. You feel? So now we can attack here. You start to try, pass me on that side. Okay, I don't want that. Keep going. I can attack the arm. Now let's say here he manages to bring the hand over. Oh crap. Now we can drag it across. Nothing changes, keep him here. Now it became, don't move, lift your arm up.
This one.
Yeah, this now became an arm drag. Like a back take, you see? I'm not taking any backs if I slide my hip sideways, I have to go. Rotate, hinge, and pivot. Yeah. So, if I'm in a triangle, same thing. The arm starts to go across. Okay, oh crap. See, side, make your angle, rotate, hinge, and keep rotating, hinging and pivoting while you go. And this is the best triangle for me. Anytime he starts to squash me forward here, push forward, whoop. You bring him here, he goes back, and push backward. And the only real way to consistently finish people off is actually get on top, control the leg, so you cannot walk away anymore, bring to your butt and now rotate, hinge and pivot in the same thing, okay? Okay, practice this for 5 minutes. I have one more thing to show, okay? Thank you. Put your head at 2 o'clock without moving your hand. 3 or 4. 12, 3, 2 is there. Put your head here. More. This is moving your shoulders. Now move your head more. Come here, please. So now, for me, the goal of the triangle is to always get to that side, shoulders out. But to understand this, you really have to understand that hip escapes don't really exist. It's not this. You gotta go always sideways. So rotate, hinge. Okay, who's got more weight on whom now? When I'm in a position like this, I will never bring myself back. Why? Because I have more weight on you. Push me flat. Push me flat. You can use that for your momentum. And if he doesn't push, at the very least, if I stay here, there's less weight on me. So in general, try always to be, okay, Chris Houter, rule number 1, always be the one on top. And if you cannot be on top, then be on top as possible. Who's on top now? That's very relative. But the knees are not telling who's on top. I'm higher than him, there's more weight for me on him, so I'm on top. Okay? But you won't get a sweep for this, obviously. So now look. There is a way to beat in the center also. That is, but every single time you're in the center and you close your legs and then grab the head, you will get stacked. So keep your feet here, start to walk away. There is, if I can, look, if I get the arm always this out, here's where you can start doing arm bars. But again, look what happens. When I do an arm bar, no, wait for 1 second. Imagine I have the arm, yes? I raise my hip up. Now you can stack me again. You feel? And if I do it faster, then maybe I break you before you stack me. And people will tap on training, they won't tap for that on competition. So what I also can look for is to hide the shoulder, if walk far away, and then I start to squeeze my knees. Okay, I can look for this. Look, if you get this far, walk away, get your foot over the shoulder. Now close. Here I can finish. And now it's again in 3 steps. Anytime your calf. So, if you want to take, look at my calves, yeah. If you close your triangle, you want to limit this space. How you limit this? By squeezing and by closing this way. And then there is angle that drives it into the artery, and your hip escape, or whatever it is, drives it more inside. And your own rotation also adds pressure. Now, if you want to flex your legs more, if your calves are engaged, there is more pressure on the artery, but you cannot penetrate the tissue. If you relax your calves, they're soft. Now I can go deeper and then squash, deep and squash. So feel what I'm doing, eh? If I'm here. So first, I watched many in the past like Danner videos, and Danner always shows with the pointed toes. And the rest of the world does this. So who's right? They both are. You point your toes, squash. See, now close and flex.
Oh yeah.
Close and flex. Good. That is my side of the story. Now pre-engage, please. So minimally move me, but I want you to put your head up and engage your shoulders. Beautiful. That's too much. Don't move because I'm already fixing the angle. I need my angle still. If my hip is here, I'm not trying anyone. I have to have my hip on that side.
Yep.
So now engage. Good. Okay. So now feel this. So I'm gonna try to destroy your armor now. So flex, engage, go here. And now you feel I have a way harder time to do that. So if you are fully relaxed here, you don't need to catch that head. You just have to remain here, flex and squeeze, flex and squeeze, flex and squeeze. And you're gonna fight your way back out. So this is a pretty good angle actually to start beating exploring your triangle. If you bring your shoulder right away, right in, right now, I'm not trying anyone. So don't close your legs too soon. Actually, first have the battle to get your hip out. Maybe switch your triangle if you like, but only switch your triangle if the shoulder is far enough away. When you feel the shoulder going forward, oh crap, block the knee, foot back, bring your hip back outside. Never try to bring the arm across, because most people want their arm, I want my arm to be there, but I'm still okay with being here, because he controls it. I'm not trying anyone here. If you bring the arm from here to there, then it gets in the middle. That's where he wants it. So I only bring the arm across, I'm fighting, he brings his arm where he wants it. Okay, then I lift my hip and start to push it through. Now, elbow on the floor for a second. If I close my triangle right away, this takes so long to get the foot back on the hip. So if I get my foot here, I can close it. And now I have the best of 2 worlds, hip and triangle closed, great. But the way to get there, the moment I close my legs is when I get stacked. So I have to keep this tight, this squeezed, and I'm going to increase pressure. If you start to pivot to this side, so imagine you're walking over my head, that actually helps me. So that's provided I keep my distance. If you step over, worse, tap. Don't go for it, keep the hip on control. So I keep this. If you stay in the center, okay? So I squeeze, now go up please. Feel how this increases pressure. I don't have to go for that head. Even if I'm here, elbows on the floor, I squeeze, bring your head up. You feel that?
Yeah.
But if I race first, you drive forward, not feel different. No, I'm gonna, so you go up slowly, and I can use this to increase the pressure. But if I go up first, just stack me. Go push forward, and now my motion helps you to stack me. So you have to wait for that. So the whole full circle of it would be this, elbows on the floor, squeeze your knees, make you a bit uncomfortable. Then you usually start walking to this side of it. You feel they don't get anywhere. You keep managing your distance, maybe attack the elbow. He goes to the other side. So now I bring my head to that side. He keeps walking, I block his head. Now I can step, see, bring my hip out, and I have an explanation of how this triangle works. Yeah. And then again, even some people can get away with getting the head grabbed and getting completely squashed here. Push, keep driving forward, then your triangle is to start going that angle. I don't believe this is less accessible for most people. Yeah? Usually taller people do better there and flexible people. And maybe there is a point where it's not accessible for anyone anymore. You don't want a person to be over your head. Yeah? Is this clear or no? So once again, here, start in the center, squeeze your knees, bring your head away. Pivot this side, pivot this side. Yeah. Keep your distance, gradually gets better for me. Go back to the center, walk forward, keep away, even can walk and get the arm away like this. Go to this side, okay, that's where it gets interesting. Now we're gonna close my knee. If I go back to the center, if I step myself first, now I give you the pass. If I, however, see I keep my knee here, pivot this way, I can use this to make my distance, block the arm, now step over, and I still wait with my foot on the hip. I can squeeze. Go back to the center, that's when you close. Put the foot on the hip, walk, and then you 1, 2, 3 to increase the pressure. He pushes himself up, use the pressure to finish him here. And that is the full story. Okay? Got it? Yeah. Let's play, please. Go. Try.
If you bring yourself like that.